Hi everybody, this is John DePietro with another edition of Top Entrepreneur. Now, we are here in Central Massachusetts with Miss Naomi Cher. Right, Naomi?
Yes.
Well, welcome to Top Entrepreneur, and you're fidgeting with something. Tell us a little bit about what you've got here on the table, but more importantly, what do you have in your hand?
Gladly. This is the SQUIDGET. It's a gadget for people with destructive or disruptive fidgeting habits, such as clicking a pen. We all know how annoying that can be. We've all had people around us clicking pens. This is a silent alternative to that fidgeting motion. This is for people who twist buttons on a coat. That can tear the buttons right off of your coat, but this is on an axle, so it spins freely.
So how many different gadgets do you have on any one of those particular devices that you have there?
Usually about 6 or 7, and each one specifically targets a fidgeting habit that's pretty common to a lot of people in the population. I've done a lot of product research just from observing people in my classes, observing my students, people around me, looking at their fidgeting habits.
Okay, so what is your background? You say you're in classes with students. What is your background?
I just finished my student teaching year. I taught English in high school.
Okay.
So
tell us how this idea of this whole product came up. I want to get in a little bit closer there. But while you're doing that, tell us a little bit about the history.
Well, when I was in 10th grade, my best friend had a habit of digging her nails into her arm when she was stressed. And that was not something that I felt she should be doing. But she couldn't seem to stop. It was just a compulsive thing. Whenever she would not be thinking about her arms, that's what they would do. And so over Martin Luther King weekend, I stayed in my room all weekend while my family went skiing, and I prototyped and designed the first SQUIDGET. And I gave it to her on her birthday a couple days later, and she still has it. Her fidgeting, her self-destructive habit was significantly reduced.
Now, where'd you get the name? How'd the name come from?
It was actually from her. She, a couple days before the gadget was, the idea came to me, she was trying to say the word squirm and the word fidget at the same time.
So you combined it.
Yeah.
For efficiency's sake.
Well, I think it was more of just a brain lapse,
okay.
But it turned out to be very auspicious.
There's a whole bunch of different designs and color schemes, etc. They pretty much all do the same thing, or do they have all different features?
Well, each one has basically the same gadgets. I've standardized the design since the first SQUIDGET, added some new gadgets. But for instance, this one is for pencil rolling. When you roll a pencil on a desk, mostly what you're experiencing is the vibration of the ridges hitting the table. But anytime you have a vibration, you have noise. And the noise is disruptive to other people, to you, to everybody. And so the way I designed this was to have very small ridges, so you still get a very pleasant vibration sensation, but without a really annoying noise. It's virtually silent.
Perfect. Now your idea is to take this to market and make a commodity, not really a commodity, but a valuable product out of it. How far are you along with that, and what kind of hurdles have you had to overcome to get to where you're at?
Well, up until very recently, I've really only made them out of Sculpey clay, which is a polymer clay you can get at a craft store, which isn't the best. It isn't the most durable material, and I've had some problems with the product breaking under stress. It has to put up with a lot of stress.
Mm-hmm. So where are you now with it? How have you dealt with those issues, and where are you now with making this available to the general public?
Well, about a year ago, I met a wonderful man named Jerry. He also has ADD, and he saw a lot of potential in this, and he has a lot of marketing experience.
Okay.
And he has a great network of people he's been introducing me to, and so we've been going to experts, talking to them about about how to get this thing produced in plastic, and then how to get it out there to help people. That's our priority. We want to help as many people as possible with this. So
your market is who?
Well, originally it was, when I first started making the SQUIDGET, it was just people who would see me playing with it in class. And
then would ask you about it?
They'd ask me, what is that thing? It's colorful, it's crazy looking, where can I get one? And
you'd happen to say, well, I just happen to have 30 of them here in my pocketbook, right?
Well, at first it was just by order forms. People would check off the gadgets that they were interested in based on what habits they already had. And then they would tell me what colors, what design they wanted, and I would make it for them. But that eventually, the demand started to get more intense, and so I started making. I standardized the design, so they all have the same gadgets, and started selling them at crafts fairs. And now we're trying to take it to the public at large.
Okay, so once you have the product produced and put together, how will people be able to buy from you? Are you going to be websiting it, or are you going to be viral marketing it, or are you going to be Facebooking
We're
and tweeting?
We're going to start out online. Put some videos on Facebook, Facebook, YouTube, maybe do some Twitter, certainly have a blog. We want to build a community of people who have tried the Squidget and have been helped by it.
So they'll tell a friend who'll tell a friend who'll tell a friend.
And also tell us what we can do to make it more effective. And we're hoping people will tell us what their fidgeting habits are, so I can design a gadget to help replace that.
Kids or adults?
Both.
Both.
This has applicability to anybody who has these habits, and not just people with ADD. This product is to replace habits that tend to go along with ADD, but it's not limited to people with ADD. There are pen clickers all over the place who don't have ADD.
Okay.
But it's useful for kids, useful for adults. The coloring probably makes it look like a kid's product, but it really has a lot of applicability for adults too.
So if people want to learn more about it and find out how to get your product, is there a website, or is there an email address that we can get to you with?
No website yet. We're working on that. But
okay. How about an email address?
Well, my personal email address is Naomi, Naomi, .cher @yahoo.com.
Great. So they can reach you that way?
Yes.
So what words do you want to say as a budding entrepreneur, Naomi? Tell it to the world right now what your plan is with this product in the next few years.
I'd like to speak to the people who have ADD or who have a problem that people have told them is a problem. Some aspect of who you are that people view as a problem. Don't let it stay that way. It's not. It doesn't have to be that way. Take what's holding you back and turn it into something that'll bring you forward.
So the product is a Squidget.
Mm-hmm.
You're Naomi.
Yes.
This is Top Entrepreneur. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you.